Good morning, welcome back to Marty's Tying Bench. This is a sunken Trico. It's known as a Drunken Mallard. I'm not sure who to attribute this one to, but it's always good to have a few Tricos to fish subsurface. You'd be surprised how well that works, but most of the time you're targeting those that are sipping on the surface. That's just so much fun. Got a size 22 hook. You're going to pick the hook size that suits you. 1/16 bead. I'm not using tungsten here, but of course you could. For tail, I'm using MicroFibbets. It is possible to use a whole fan. I'm just about down to the end. And since I'm in the right frame of mind, I'm going to use 3. Got a little technique that will help split those tails into 3. Tails are usually exaggerated, quite a bit longer than the abdomen. It's not really an exaggeration. The naturals have very long tails when you see the spinners on the water. My thread is UTC 70, so I can spin it round, spin it flat. For this move, I want it to be round. I am making fairly snug turns, trying to keep those 3 fibers side by side right on the top. Then I'm going to make one turn underneath and pull it forward fairly snug. That will stand them up a little bit and separate them so you can tell which one's which. And this is the part that takes some eyesight and some dexterity. I am going to go through and lift my thread between the near one. Then take a moment to separate the far two and come in from the top with a relatively loose wrap. Just get it between them. And then when you pull that up snug, I will have 3 tails. And not too much of a bump there. Really efficient with the wraps. I'm going to rib this with extra fine silver wire. I'm going to poke that through until its wire is extending just about the length of the hook shank. And now's a good time to clip those. I do want a little bit of a taper to the body, so now I'm going to spin the thread flat and just a gentle taper. Now since I'm using extra fine wire, I'm going to make these turns fairly close to each other. It'll give me kind of a quill effect. If you're using the wire in size small, you might want to spread them out a little bit. I should say the original pattern, the sample that I got of this, had a silver bead as well. I'm using black because I'm out of silver. Which one works best? I'll leave that up to you to find out. Now, for durability, I'm going to put just a touch of Zap-A-Gap on there. Just get it wet. And that'll dry by the time you need to take this out of the hook, out of the vise. For wings, I've got some Zelon from Blue Ribbon Flies in white. It's nice and crinkly. You can use Antron off the card. You can use Polywing, but keep it sparse, not very much. What I'm going to do is get my thread so that it's a little bit behind the bead. Reach up with that yarn and just fold it over. And set that so that it's just a little behind the bead. I want some thorax in front of the bead and some behind it. As soon as it's secure, you can switch over and start doing some X wraps, crisscross. It's not going to take very many to secure this. And now I'm going to use my whip finisher to fill in that area between the wings and the bead and make it flat and make it a little more bulbous. You'll see that the Trico body's pretty robust in the thorax. Now there was enough super glue left in there, but that's going to hold just fine. Don't need any head cement, but feel free to put a little lacquer on, put a little super glue on that bead there. Stroke those up. Make sure you don't have any of the tails in there. And cut it just about a pea length. When you poke those from the sides, they'll get bushy. That's the effect you want. There you go. Work on that technique. It's a lot of fun to have the ability to make 3 tails on these Tricos. Not that the fish can count that well, but it's fun.